They were in like a front line. So if there's a battle, my ancestor was first one to go with a spear. And my great-grandfather, Tadaaki Hatta, was the sword master, and he used to run the sword fighting school in the city of Kanazawa.
Well, I guess an ex-wrestler, Ray Brinzer, stated it best as he was an old samurai roaming the land in the wrong time. And I kind of feel like that's my dad. You know, he's very much like Mr. Miyagi. He's an old Asian man who spits out crazy knowledge, has been all around the world, knows many languages, several martial arts. He's an artist, he's an author. He's a Renaissance man, is what I would say, you know, but you wouldn't know it because he's super quiet.
Tadaaki is a student of wrestling. He knows what works and why, what makes a person better, and he likes working with people. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's just one of those really good guys.
He will coach anyone. There is no exclusivity to accessing my dad. He will get down on the mat with a 6-year-old who's never wrestled before and show them the very basic techniques to a beginner wrestler. And then he will give just the smallest bit of advice that tweaks an elite level, an Olympic level wrestler and will change the outcome for them, and everything in between.
I was born in China during the World War II because my father was in the army at that time. Then my father wants me to come here. That was after my high school time. I think mainly because he learned wrestling from America in 1929. I think there's no judo in this country at that time. So he was one of those guys, came over to promote judo and put up a judo exhibition. Then they had a wrestling match, and also they had it looks like now it's like a grappling a match against wrestlers in different universities. And they got beaten up in grappling. And one of them had to spend about 10 days in hospital from, I think now it's called a cradle. They put him in a cradle. And I think, I don't know, he was, back was hurt or something for 10 days in hospital. That's when my father decided to study wrestling. So he took the wrestling back from that time to Japan, 1929.
Somebody shoots on his legs and they don't score, they're in a lot of trouble. He could just about tear a guy's neck off. He had a really good way of doing a quarter Nelson. And he did it very, very well. I remember him showing me and I'm going, okay, I'm gonna work on that.
I think that he has very practical wisdom when it comes to it. It's not just him going to teach you a move, he's going to teach you concepts. He's going to teach so you can apply it across the board to different moves. And so it isn't just he's going to teach you one move today and you're going to improve that move today. It's stuff like entire philosophies about wrestling that will translate into, stuff that he's taught me has translated into other sports.
In those days, you could not get into wrestling room every day. It's locked up, especially on Sundays. So we had to use a football practice field. It's on the grass. And I was with Bobby Douglas, he was my roommate.
But let's look at the body of work that he's accomplished.
As an athlete, as a coach of numerous world and Olympic teams for men.
The myriad of camps that guy does.
And being an early supporter of women is so important, being the 2008 Olympic coach. And on top of that, the work as a liaison for USA Wrestling has been so instrumental in the success of our teams.
He looked at me and he said, he's going to play Dave. Bennett said, Mark, why don't you go suit up and we'll wrestle with these guys. I had no idea this was going to happen. I got my suit on and we did this move that I'd been working on, and I do it once and I look up and Tadaaki is like, He smiled.
Tadaaki has supported in so many different roles in the world of wrestling that it is very fitting that he be inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
And he also has contributed artwork, things that he's done with his art.
I became an honorary member of Chickasaw Nation.
Tadaaki's impact on wrestling, I think, can really be summarized by his book.
When I was in high school, I used to draw pictures, and after I learned some moves in different training camps, and I kept those drawings in about different techniques. And also I took notes after every practice at the Oklahoma State freshman year. So I have a couple of notes all together and say, let me write a book about different techniques.
He's representing not just himself, but also his father and the Hatta name and what it means to the sport of wrestling and how important it was in just the development of worldwide, international relations and wrestlers coming from one country and competing in another and finding a home in this country.
He's spent his entire life giving to, enjoying, and being surrounded by the sport of wrestling. It's defined him, it's defined much of my family's identity in life. And to see all of that honored and to see him feel honored and recognized, to me, that's what makes me feel good about it.
He's real quiet and you think he's more serious, but like he was a trip to have on tours, and we used to like joke around. We're like, "What's up, T-Dog?" Like it's like we're always just like having fun with him. Like, so he was great. He definitely taught us how to have fun wearing wrestling, even though we were very serious about our goals. Like, but to relax and enjoy it.